Well, hello there. How is everyone? I hope you are all well. Can't get over this camera. I look like a fucking hobbit. The chair won't go any higher. The desk will go higher, but I think that's as low as it'll go. Yeah, that'll go up, but it won't go down. That's as low as that'll go. I feel like I look really low down. I don't know what's going on with that screen. Here we go. How is everyone? We've got him. Who is mod in? Who is these mods who are in? We have. Why does it keep putting that in the most awkward places? There's like a little mini screen that comes up, and they always automatically come up in a stupid place. Let's put that down there. I could actually. No, hold on. Let me move that over that side. That's better. I think I can do that. Yeah, that works. That works better. So I've got the two chats next to each other. He's thinking, fucking hell, who's he talking to again? Talking to himself. So, moderators, we've got Lorna in. Hello, Lorna. Hello, Dope. Hello, Tracy. Superior, My May. I think that's it. I don't want to scroll back up too far. Hello, Karen. Hello, Karen. Oh, mate. Sunday. It's Sunday and we're live. I've got a new chair. Look, I've got a new chair. Boolies. Fuck. Yeah, get one with a pillow, they said. That'll work. Fucking pillow. Yeah, I needed a new chair. And yeah, I'll talk more about this chair at some point. You change the camera angle, position the cam higher than usual. It's not. It's actually at its lower angle. I think it's got to come down. I could probably move it down. I could bring it down a bit. That's a bit better, isn't it? Yeah, now I don't look so much like a hobbit. I think I know what's happened. I think that's because it's in this holder thing. And when I pull it out, I clip it out and I think I push it up. But yeah, that works. Don't know whether I want it that far over. Maybe there. But then that's in there. I don't fucking know. Maybe that a bit more. I don't know. Keep playing with stuff. Anyway, people will be clocking on. They'll be like, right, so basically we've come a look at a live where this twat is trying to set his screen up. Would be right if we didn't start Hard Without a Problem. That's it, mate. That is absolutely right, Gainer. Wouldn't be right if we didn't start with a problem. And the amount of people who will be cringing, like my mate right here, don't press nothing. They'll be thinking, yeah, I know what's going to happen. He's going to press something, click something, and it'll all go tits up. But no, I think that's as good as we're going to get. If there's anything wrong with the stream, do let me know. I don't know whether the sound is all right. Even though I've got these headphones on, that's not giving me my voice because that's plugged into the laptop, not into the mic, which is another thing that I think I don't know. It's all gone wrong. It's all going wrong. Anyway, let's what we doing? Right. What are we doing? I don't even know why we're here. Why are we here again? I have no idea. I forgot. No, I know what we're doing. There is the night of the Idaho student murders, which was a 48 hours special. I've not watched it. I saw that it come up. Some people had reached out and they were like, you gotta watch it. So I thought we'd watch it together. Yeah, I was going to go through them court docs, but do you know what? Fuck them court docs. Though it's basically, we obviously know there is a change of venue. We've had the change of venue hearing, and subsequently, someone has come forward. It would appear that it's potentially Christie on the Goncalves family page, and they have turned around and said that the change of venue hearing is going ahead. It's going through the Supreme Court. Some people have turned around and thought that Judge John Judge is pussied out because it's gone through the Supreme Court. But that's what happens. That's what has to happen. I did speak to Dope earlier. Yeah, that's the process. They basically have to go to the Supreme Court. And it gets signed over to the other venue. Dope Salt, I thought we was asking questions. I think we are going to do. I want Mrs. Haas to be part of the that Ask Me Anything live. We actually spoke about that earlier this evening, so we are going to do that. But I'm going to do it when Mrs. Haas can be part of that live. So this is for. I think I just saw something about the. I can't even remember. I thought I missed a comment there. I'm not sure. I think I'm seeing things. That's what has to happen if it changes districts. Yeah, so it goes through the Supreme Court. The only thing that I suppose confuses me a bit, like Andrew Myers, I had an email off him yesterday, and he was like, "How do people know that there's the change of hearing is going ahead? Not the change of hearing, the change of venue is going ahead when there's nothing in the docket, nothing at all." But again, it seems that the post originated through the Goncalves family page. But obviously, in response to the change of venue here and the defence team, now we've surpassed the deadline for discovery. Yeah, apparently it is, Addy. Yeah, apparently it is being moved. They haven't concluded where it's being moved to, but it is being moved. Me and the family are good. Me and the family are good. Thank you. Mrs. Harsh has got a funeral tomorrow, bless her. But yeah, it's just life goes on. Life goes on. Where was I? Yeah, so the defense team have now filed multiple things in order to attack the death penalty, basically. And I don't think any of us want to go through them docs because there is literally pages and pages and pages and pages. Ultimately, it is about the defense team attacking they're doing their job. They're doing their job. They're doing what we knew they were going to do. But let's have a look at this. I want to see this. I ain't watched it. Obviously, we'll have to play it and stop it, and we will have to comment over it and what have you. But if you have any questions, let me just go into comments for a second. Don't think they gave Jay something like spice and it went wrong. I have no idea. If I'm brutally honest with the Jay Slater case, it's such a fucking mess, that case. Like, I know that the account that appears to be the dad's account, like, they're now questioning whether that is in fact the dad's account. It's it's difficult to know whether that is 100% his account, but it would appear to be. But do we know 100% sure? No, we don't, sadly. There's stuff going on around the Maruba boat. The Maruba boat you can still track. It's got the tracker. You can look at it. Now I literally logged on earlier, so it's still transmitting. And yeah, it's a bit of a mess of a case. But let's have a look. Warren seems pissed off. Yeah, like, some people think that Warren's gone back out there. Like, he obviously uploaded that video earlier today, or if it's him, there was a video uploaded today on the TikTok account. They're just querying whether he's gone back out there. But the thing what's thrown me is he seems to be wearing the same clothes that he was wearing in the original search pictures, but we've now got the roadworks outside the B&B, which I can't remember there being any roadworks earlier. So that's thrown me for a loop a bit. Also, the weather out there at the moment isn't what it appears to be in his video. Dinky's 50th. Dinky's 50th birthday. Are you 50? Life begins at 50. Is it life begins at 50? I think most people who, when they start getting to certain ages, they go down the route of saying life begins at, like, life begins at 40, life begins at 50, life begins at 60. Spoken like a true 60-year-old. The death penalty has to be taken off the table, as well as the guy sitting in jail for 2 years. Goncalves has spoken multiple times to push him to conviction and broken the gag order as well. 100%. Now, I'm going to go over some other stuff like I did from my man Eddie the other night. I've got lots more to discuss, reference this, talking about some bits and pieces surrounding the exculpatory evidence with Bethany Funk, but I'm probably going to do that Wednesday because I want to do this today. So shall we have a look at this? Let's get this off that screen. We're going to swap over to here, and it should work. But happy birthday to Dinky. 50, mate. 50. I'll be there soon. I'm like 44. After you hit 40, it's 21 again with X amount of experience. Damn fucking straight. I'm like on 23 years of experience. Anyway, right. Let's go. Let's have a listen, shall we? Let's have a listen. It should work. You'll have to let me know if the sound's dodgy. Start playing
Moscow will forever be known as the scene of one of the most tragic crimes in American history. There's still sort of a darkness whenever you talk to people.
Oh, is that Howard Bloom talking? Is that Howard Bloom? Fucking hell, they got him on there. Jeez.
Part of the university's history and the town's history.
Oh, hello, Howard.
There are 4 very, very important names in
Coming from the Goncalves family, there's 4 very important names. You wouldn't fucking think it, would you?
this case. Kaylee Goncalves, Madison Mogen, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. And if you're going to remember any names from this case, I ask that it be all 4. My name is Olivia Goncalves, and Kaylee was my little sister.
Everybody's going to work, and you look out the window, and there's kids running down the street laughing, and you're just like, how can you be out there playing? My daughter's dead. You know, Kaylee Goncalves is gone. Stop everything. Everybody in the whole world stop. And everything just keeps going.
My sister, Xana Kernodle, is one of the...
The thing is, right, you know, I started off very much feeling sorry for the Goncalves family. I 100% did. You know what I mean? I still feel like, you know, it's sad. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they've lost their child. It's fucking horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. But as time has progressed, and some of the things that they have said and some of the things that they have done, it's just been so hard to put that aside. To you know, you forgive things, you forgive certain things, but as it goes down, and like I say, we're now nearly 2 years down the line, 2 years down the line, and it's still about, you know, pushing for these followers to absolute hatred of the person who's accused, and you get it that they feel a certain way, but the guy hasn't been found guilty. He hasn't been found guilty, and like Dinky said here, people need to stop lying to them. You know, is it that people have just filled them full of shite? And, you know, maybe that is the case. Maybe they have just had so much shit told to them. I don't know. It's going to take forever if you keep chatting. Let's go.
happiest, funniest people I've ever met. And I had the awesome privilege of growing up with her, and I still have a hard time coming to terms with the facts that it did happen.
Paddy Power Games gives you
you're
more
fucking having a
chances to
laugh,
win.
yeah.
Imagine that.
This is my
Life with more chances.
Or is it?
This is their
This
ad.
new technology
Give
will
me-
rule out
I
more
hope they ain't
goals
got
than
like
ever
ads
before.
every like 1 minute.
We call it
Take the piss.
VAR.
This is 20-second ad. It's
You
like
get more chances to
Now
win
TV.
with Paddy Power Games.
Paddy Power as well.
Brian Koberg is accused of stabbing these 4 University of Idaho students in the pre-dawn hours on November 13th, 2022. The murder weapon, which was a knife, has never been found. This is a type of survival knife. Brian Koberger did not make his own plea. The judge entered a plea for him of not guilty.
Maximum penalties, life in prison, or the death penalty.
Due to the nature of the crimes, the state of Idaho is seeking the death penalty.
He was there to kill.
He came in with a kit. I believe he had a kill kit, and you believe...
Came in with a kill kit. Came in with a kill kit. Heads up, we've detected video in your stream belonging to someone else. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. If you plan to continue, please ensure that the content owner has added your channel to their allow list. Yeah, like I say, I knew this was going to happen. You have to make sure that you stop it and play it. Yeah, it's a difficult one, isn't it? It's difficult listening to but it's like what I said at the beginning. These things that they talk about when they say about like a kill kit, for instance, where it's just going to sow that seed that yes, this person's got Brian Koberg had a kill kit. He's came in. It's just all this paint and a picture. I don't know. Let's have a look.
that everything right down to the implement of destruction, this large marine knife, that was all planned.
All planned.
It's inhumane. You wouldn't do these type of things to any living creature, let alone...
All planned. Again, I think this is going to be quite annoying. This is again, this is complete speculation, but people are going to take this for granted. Be kind to each other in chat. Damn straight. Be kind to each other in chat. Let's have a look.
An innocent human being.
The star piece of evidence in the prosecution's case is the DNA that was found on the knife sheath that was left at the crime scene. That there's so much other evidence that's also pointing towards nobody else that we're aware of. How was Brian Koberger's car spotted leaving the scene? Why was his cell phone seen there 12 times, including the morning after the event?
For fuck's sake. Oh my god. I think no matter what you want to think, right? This 48 hours video aired a couple of times, right? YouTubers talk about this daily. Like, I'm gonna skip through some of this. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing because I think I pretty much know how this is gonna go. You know, talking about his phone. I just don't understand. I don't understand how they can go on about it like it. Let's skip forward a little bit. Where are we here? Peter Van Sant. Let's go back here.
Have to wait indefinitely for their day in court.
I was really hoping that we could get this show on the road because the not knowing, it's agony. It's agony.
Steve and Christy, the parents of Kaylee, haven't left anything to chance. After the judge issued a gag order to attorneys and law enforcement, quote, to preserve the right to a fair trial, they drilled down on their own investigation and are now...
I don't even know. I don't even know what to think. I'm skipping
Fellow
forward.
student Ethan Chapin, a triplet who loved his siblings, boats, and working on a tulip farm.
The sweetest kid ever. They were just two happy people, and
I think this is pretty much skip to the presumption of innocence, but oh wait, it's not there. Yeah, I don't even think. I think I've listened. I don't. I genuinely don't think I can listen to it. I don't think I can even. Thank you, moderators, for getting rid of that person. I didn't even see who was that. Who did we have to get rid of? I can't even. I don't even know. I'm just gonna skip and listen.
Paddy Power Bingo has free bingo,
sake.
but that's not all, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, suitor number.
Oh, fuck this. I'm not listening to Paddy Power fucking bingo ads either. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't watch it. I can't watch it. Fuck that. That is genuinely done my head in as. I can't watch it. I wanted to do a watch party and watch that. I've had enough. 10 minutes. 10 minutes in and I want to fucking strangle myself. I can't listen to it. I can't listen to it. I'm done. People will be like, fuck, we come and watch that. We come and watch that. I'm telling you now, just can't do it. I genuinely can't do it. In fact, I will let me bring this this information up. Might be able to go through some of Eddie's stuff with you instead, because that's done my head in. I genuinely can't watch that shit. The fucking Goncalves family, they've done their own investigation. Yeah. Brian Goldberger's definitely done it. It's definitely done it. You're not pressing the wrong buttons. You're getting striked. They'll strike me for this as well. They'll strike me for playing that. So not only will they, why can't you listen to it? I just can't. I just can't listen to it though. I can't listen to it because it's complete and utter shite. It's not. I can listen to. It's good that they're humanizing the victims. Do you know what I mean? They're humanized. I get that. There's so many people in this world who fucking die every day. They die every day. People are killed every day. There's so many people. It isn't just the Idaho 4. There's people fucking murdered every day, and the downside is this situation has turned into we're going to do as much as we can to make sure that every single person who touches this case believes that Brian Koberger's guilty, and there's no point. I was he got struck by lightning. Yeah, I did that. My hair. Yeah, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. If people are interested in it, go over to 48 hours and go and watch that, because I can't do it. And I can't do it purely because I just can't listen to yet another fucking hours program. Just, the kill kit thing. My kill kit has been used in weeks. Robin W. Like saying he came in with a kill kit and pushing that. The change of venue hearing happens, and all of a sudden, within hours, we've got this fucking stuff out. But anyway, this is what I'll go through this, which was here. Reporter, do you know why the initial concern was a roommate was passed out? So this has gone back to the 911 call. Steve Goncalves was asked, do you know why the initial concern was a roommate was passed out? And Steve Goncalves said, I know the girls reached out via texting and calls. We assume Steve Goncalves is referring to others being called to the house between 8:30 and 9 a.m. Steve Goncalves says, I can only assume the phone's being ignored, knowing how my daughter is not going to ignore calls and texts to Jack, Kaylee's ex. We noticed Steve included the time before the attack. Fox News interviews Steve Goncalves, he didn't have to go upstairs, and I kind of tell by my daughter's text message she did call 911. So there's still sort of questions over whether there was a call from the house on that night that was I think I don't know why we haven't heard the 911 call. Maybe it's because this is still fucking all ongoing and that. I don't know. But it says Steve Goncalves stated Kaylee did call 911, but she didn't hear anything or was in fear. Why then would the girls freeze up, lock up, and place themselves in a position of safety if there wasn't an issue due to Kaylee calling 911? So do we think that the girls did call 911? See, this here, I'm not 100% sure whether he said they called 911. I was pretty sure that he said they didn't call 911. I'm not 100% sure. And this has thrown me for a loop because when you look at some of the other things he said, it does bring into question. Those present at the house were Dylan Mortensen, Bethany Funk, Kaylee Goncalves, Madison Mogan, Ethan Chapman, Xana Canodal, Jack Showalter, DD, BK's alleged presence, and a group outside the house of equipment set up, which we're looking at. There was about the people who was outside with the equipment set up. That's correct. There was some people with a camera set up. We know that there was a group of people, the film students, who originally let it be known on their Facebook group that they had a camera out there, and all of a sudden that all got fucking pulled down. This is a total of 10 to 20 or more at the residence. This number of people would lead one to believe not only did Kaylee call 911, but quite likely one or two others also called 911. Steve kept explaining why Dylan wasn't in shock during the attack before she saw the mail. Did you state you provided law enforcement with the original timeline? So this would lead a reasonable mind to understand there are two timelines you are aware of. A fair statement. Yeah, I think this is Eddie Hare has gone into very much in depth in all of the transcripts from the Goncalves interviews. And when you listen to some of the things that he said early on and pair them with some of the things he said later, it's almost like it says, Mr. Goncalves, would you think it quite peculiar to state Kaylee called 911 but didn't hear anything and wasn't in any fear? The PCA stated Dylan Mortensen heard crying coming from Xana's room. Then moments later, she hears a male saying he's going to help. Can you give me a reason why Dylan Mortensen would have feared a male saying he's going to help? The PCA stated Dylan Mortensen went into shock when she saw the male, but not before she heard the vicious, brutal attack in progress, which, as you said, was the girls placed themselves from harm's way. News Nation interview, Steve Goncalves, if we believe the affidavit, this individual looked at somebody and said, I'm here to help you. If that's not cruel, if that's not disgusting, that person turned around and left the scene. But he said, I'm here to help you. The reporter, has anyone mentioned it to you? No, I don't think that a conversation they would even try with me. Yeah. But the situation with Brian Kohberger, I know that there's still a lot of people who think that Brian Kohberger is guilty, and I get it. I was talking to Mrs. Ash earlier. I said I get why there's a lot of people who think the guy's guilty, and when people turn around and say, I think Brian Kohberger's guilty. And then they turn around and say, because of some shit that they've heard on this fucking video that I was going to watch, but I just can't watch it. And that's why I can't watch it. Because I've had this conversation over and over for nearly 2 years with people. I've had battles with people in the chat talking about Brian Kohberger and this fucking case. And, how many times have you heard me? Like, some of you who have been around the channel for a while, like, I'll say, put in chat, if you believe that Brian Kohberger is guilty, then put it in the chat why you think he's guilty. What have you seen that convinces you beyond a reasonable doubt that the guy is guilty, he did it? And then they'll recite some garbage from what do you call it? From media. Let me just see what else was here. Why did the court force a change of venue? Insufficient evidence, lack of evidence, including the unexplainable lack of evidence. Which is the car. Like the Petri dish, we expected the car to be a Petri dish of evidence. but it wasn't. There was nothing in the car. There was nothing in the car. There was no evidence in the car. There was no evidence of getting rid of the evidence. The DNA profile excluding BK as the murderer. We know there's other DNA samples in that house, and the issues surrounding this bloody there's still, like, I'm gonna have a look at we'll have a look at the court docs in a minute and just see if there's anything. Thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Also, don't think you have to do super chats, people. I'm not here for that. Prosecutorial misconduct. I believe there's been prosecutorial misconduct. I do believe that. I think that they should have handed over the goddamn discovery. If they've got the guy, if it's definitely him, and they've got nothing to fucking hide, then hand everything over. Should have been done. Forcing the defendant to waive his right to a preliminary hearing. Well, they went down the route of what do you call it, didn't they? The grand jury. Why did they go down the route of grand jury? Again, if they were confident in everything they had, why did they go down the route of a grand jury? I believe they went down the route of a grand jury because they know they didn't have the evidence. It didn't have enough evidence to hold him. Maybe they felt they had the right person, but they didn't have enough evidence, and that seems to still be the case. There has been Judge John misconduct. The hassle around the what do you call it? The Dr. Edelman and the questionnaire that went out. Like, they pulled him aside and chopped him up for that, but then Steve Goncalves is able to publicly state that he has been questioning people who could potentially be chosen for jury. How is that not worse? How is that not worse? Forcing the defendant to waive his speedy trial. I believe that is it. Like, people go on about the speedy trial being waived. He didn't have a choice. He didn't have a choice but to waive his speedy trial, did he? He was waiting for. He needed to think about his life. If he'd have gone to trial, that would have been tried in Latah County, and he would have been fucked. 100%. They've got people in the public turning around saying they will burn the courthouse down if he's not found guilty. Refusal to comply with the 10-day notice sent to prosecution by the defendant requesting evidence for his arrest. Mr. Judge not in compliance with or exercising his authority to intervene with inside or external influence. Steve Goncalves. Exactly that. You know, the judge he has to control this. And there is an external influence who is massively damaging the client's right to a fair trial. Mr. Judge verbally stating the damage has been done, knowing Taylor was going to ask survey questions of any jurors. Mr. Judge not willing to give permission to involve the Idaho Supreme Court in the matter. Which that was another thing there. Openly allowing Steve Goncalves' approach to one or more grand jurors. The Goncalves gag order cancelled, which enabled them to be able to obviously speak whatever they wanted. Interference, obstruction of justice by Steve Goncalves stating he interviewed potential jurors. Yeah. It's, just don't get it. Did I miss the venue leak part? Do we know where yet? I'm now going to have a look and see if... Let me just click on this and see if there's anything now on the court page. Let me just get rid of that. Idaho. Let's have a look. Brian C. Koberger, 6th of the 9th. 9th of the 6th, sorry. Well, 9th of the 6th, no, 6th of the 9th. I don't think there's any more updates on there. Don't think there's any. No, all we've got on here now is this these here. Let me just get that and bring my mush over here. So, yeah, look. So the motion to strike, all these motions to strike regarding the death penalty, failure to prevent aggravators, vagueness, contemporary standards of decency, international law, grounds of arbitrariness, motion to strike death penalty, motion to strike utter disregard, this is all pretty much standard stuff. Pretty much standard stuff. They'll just say, how do you know that there was to complete an utter disregard? How do you know that it wasn't? If you can't, how do you know that he didn't go in there and he was protecting himself? How do you know that they weren't trying to attack him? All this sort of shit, you know what I mean? Which they're gonna go into all that, but yeah. So this live has been yet again a one that hasn't gone to plan. Hasn't gone to plan at all. Purely because I thought I could sit through that. I thought I could sit through that 48 hours, and sadly, I just can't sit through it. If anybody has got any questions in chat, because I know we've got a lot of new people about who haven't followed the Idaho 4 case. We've got a lot of people who have followed it but may have questions. Did he know any of the victims? Andrew Jones straightened out the question. As far as we know, no, he didn't. It has been stated by the defense team that there is absolutely no connection between Brian Kohberger and any of the victims. Jeff hates they only give you one license plate. Not so in Idaho or Washington. Just no coincidence if we see no front plate. Like, the thing is, it could be his car there. Very much could be his car there. Who knows? He might have been driving about there. I think that car was. I think the car was a white Hyundai Elantra. 100%. I 100% think that the car that we see in that footage is a white Hyundai Elantra. Absolutely, got no doubt about it. Might be other people out there saying it's other stuff, but that is a white Hyundai Elantra. Let's have a look. What is the reputation of the solicitors involved? Well, Ann Taylor she's quite a good, she's quite good. She's got people off before. She has got people, yeah. There's nothing bad about them. I don't think that's so much been the issue here. Also, if he gets the death penalty and it's proven that he didn't do it, then that's a slightly bit too late, for fuck's sake. It's happened before. You can't bring anyone back who's killed by the state. Mind you, he'd probably be on death row for about 300 years. Car stripped of plates wouldn't have a front plate. No, you're absolutely right. It wouldn't. We also know there was a white Hyundai Elantra that was found smashed up as well. So you've got that one. Apparently nothing to do with it, though. But a criminal could put fake on or take both off. Yeah. Why are they saying his car was circling the house before the murders? Again, they're saying that because of the videos that they've obviously got footage from various cameras in the vicinity, so they've tracked a vehicle. The issue is it the same car that they keep seeing? We don't know that. They might. I'm guessing they'll put more into it when we go to court. Yeah, a white Hyundai Elantra is such a rare vehicle, and that's the point. There's so many of them there. It's crazy. Is it innocent is much more important than not guilty. Yeah, 100%. This is the key here. Like, nothing half-assed. Innocent is much more important than not guilty. If they need 100% to exonerate Brian Kohberger, they need to be able to show that absolutely was not him. If they do not do that, then he's fucked. Absolutely screwed. It don't even matter what else happens beyond that. Don't matter. Brent's was silver, but silver and white look very similar in the Linda Lane footage. Yeah, because it's the cameras, isn't it? Them cameras, certain colors will look the same. But yeah, you just don't know. You just don't know what is going on there. Any more questions? Any more questions? I'm just conscious that we've brought people into the live and we haven't really done what we said we was going to do, so I don't want to keep people here much longer. But if you've got any questions to go over, we will go over them questions. But what we're waiting for is, do you believe that drug trafficking played a role in these murders? Do I believe that's not the top? It's something that I don't think could be completely ruled out, that there was nothing to do with narcotics. Absolutely. I don't think you could 100% say no. But personally, I don't think that that's what happened here. I don't think that's what happened. There's so many things that could have happened. It could have been someone that did go into that house and murder them all, who was someone who we've not seen or heard from yet. It's just someone who walked in here and did what they did. At the end of the day, if you're saying Brian Koberger did it, and there's no connection, no nothing whatsoever, then you are basically saying that some stranger just walked into a house and done this killing. So there is a potential that there was somebody else did it. Is the DNA totally his? With respect of the DNA, the question there is a valid one. Is the DNA on the knife sheath his? The reality is they haven't really provided us with all of the evidence and all of the chain of custody, if you like, with respect to the DNA. So we don't really know. I don't think they weren't even going to bring that DNA into the trial. I don't know whether they knew that was going to open up a can of worms and they just thought the rest of the information would do the damage on its own. And maybe this is why Steve Goncalves has been allowed to talk in the manner that he has. It's done enough damage. They knew that if they retained the trial in Latah County, it wouldn't really matter about the DNA. People had already made their fucking mind up. Yeah. You can find it here on YT, 48 hours, just search Idaho full episode, yeah. If you type in the search bar 48 hours Idaho 4, that will come up immediately. The car in Oregon was one of them. The car in Oregon, which is the other Hyundai Elantra, isn't it? The absolute truth of this will never be known unless BK confesses everything else has been destroyed or contaminated. You know, the reality is he could have done it. He could have done it. He could have done it. Anybody who thinks he absolutely couldn't have done it, I think, is naive. But they absolutely have nowhere near shown publicly that he's done it. And if anybody is feeling that Brian Koberger has been proven publicly to have done this crime beyond a reasonable doubt, then they are people who have... I wouldn't want them as jurors. Let's just put it like that. I wouldn't want them as jurors. Do you know I got all the official docs? Yes, dope. They obviously counted in the anticipated Petri dish, yeah. Question, where are 12 potato farmers with no internet access going to park their tractors? God, no. Better yet, buy Mrs. Harsher coffee. Buy her a tea. She drinks tea. I don't drink. She don't drink coffee. She don't touch coffee. Won't even smell it. Let's do Ask Me Anything. Okay. Let's do 10 minutes. 10 minutes of Ask Me Anything. I'm still going to... I want to do a whole live to it because I want Mrs. Harsh involved in it as well, because I think that'd be quite funny. But you've got 10 minutes. We'll run for another 10 minutes. So you can ask anything. Can be related to cases or not related to cases. But we'll do that. Got to keep an eye on, but you want to put a cue at the beginning so I know it's actually a question, and I'll just go through. If I miss some, I apologize. It's hard to keep up with everything. At least it's quieter tonight. Have you called Sienna yet? Did I speak to her on the phone? I think I did speak to her on the phone, but then I was supposed to ring her again and I didn't. But then she was working and yeah, I didn't get back to her. So I'll ring her tomorrow, hopefully, if I remember. What football team do you support? I don't really support a football team, I must say. I grew up being forced into a Liverpool kit because my father was a Liverpool supporter. The family around me, so Mrs. Harsh, the children, they are all West Ham fans. Stace, her family are all West Ham supporters. They're season ticket holders. Our daughter has been a, what do you call it, a mascot for West Ham. So, yeah. Ask you anything. Can you explain your tattoos, please? On my hands, I had my hand tattoos done because I spent a lot of time working in retail. And when I left, I walked out of it and I said, this has taken too much time away from my family life in general, and I don't want to go back into it. And I tattooed my hands because I knew that I would not then get a job back in retail management. And that was a way of making sure that I wouldn't go back into sort of corporate business. And the only other one, like the Do More one, that was Casey Neistat is a YouTuber. Some of you will have known who Casey Neistat is. And he actually inspired me to start a YouTube channel. When I originally done my original YouTube channel, I have had multiple channels. I've got other channels that are nothing to do with this. And that's the same tattoo as he's got. That is the same tattoo as he's got. I'm just going through question, just making sure that I don't miss anything. What are you buying us for Christmas? Same as last year, but in blue. If you could put one creator in a dunk tank, who would it be? One creator in a dunk tank. Probably Ickard Mel. Oh, did you enjoy this live? This live went completely wrong, but that's my fault. It did go completely wrong. How many tattoos do you have and what are their meanings? I've got the only ones that rarely have meanings are the two that are on my hand, which again was to keep out of work, and the Do More, which was the Casey Neistat one. How many I've got? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 or 9. 8 or 9. Oh, I've got one that's on my ankle. I've got a jigsaw piece on my ankle, and Mrs. Harsh has the other one, which they obviously go together, like a his and hers jigsaw piece. Did they change the venue? Apparently, yeah. Apparently, they are changing the venue, but I've not seen anything officially, like through the court situation. How are your dogs? The dogs are good. The dogs are good. We've actually got another one as well now. I know we haven't had them on screen. We haven't had them on screen because there's been a spate of thefts. I don't know. Sadly, we lost the cat Casper. We think that Casper was stolen. And that kind of put us off putting the animals on screen. Casper, sadly, he went out and he didn't come back. And generally around this area, that's potentially someone's lifted him and stolen him. But we do have another dog on top of the others, which is a chow chow. So we've got a few dogs floating about. Did you watch Ted Lasso? I've never watched that. Never watched it. What was your personal theory of what happened in this case? Olivia, in this case, my personal theory, if I had to fathom a guess, I think that secondary to Brian Koberger doing this crime, I think that something spiraled out of control with a fight potentially. That's what I think from the frat house, that there is potentially something there. Do you think that there is sufficient doubt to be unhappy to put death a guy on the evidence so far? No, not at all. I think that there is not enough to put him to. I don't even think we've seen enough to hold him in court. You know, hold him in jail. Question: one quirky, interesting fact about you that we don't know. And Mrs. Harsh has to answer. See, these are the questions which you need to wait for her. So we will do this when Mrs. Harsh is about. I don't even know where Mrs. Harsh is at the minute. Oh, she's not ran off or anything. I think she might be in bed. Do you like F1? If so, what team? I haven't watched F1 for many years. After the likes of Schumacher left, that was me done. That it's not the same as what it used to be. You know, Ayrton Senna and those sort of racers, Ratzenberger, you know, they were amazing racers. It's not now. It's about the most complex cars. The cars are so safe now that it's just like sitting and putting your foot down on a pedal. Do you think the cops grabbed his DNA on his way back home with his father, hence Brian's DNA and a cop? I can only say that I couldn't rule it out. Do I trust cops? No, I don't. And people who have been around this channel for a while will probably know why I don't. But do I trust law enforcement? No, I don't. How long is a piece of string? Twice half its length. I thought I'd help you out. Have you got any hidden piercings? No. No, I don't. Not at all. I've only got, I think, my ear. Have I got my ear? Oh, and my nose. I forgot about that. Yeah, I've got a ring there with my nose and the ear. Liverpool are my team. Like back in the day, Dave, they were obviously a good team. I don't really know much about them nowadays. I don't really follow football. The last kit I had, Dave, this is going back how far it was the I had the last kit that I was bought was the silver Liverpool away kit when they were sponsored by Candy. That's how long ago we're going back. What was it like to work for DFS? Fucking horrendous. Fucking horrendous. I could do an entire video on that. I could do an entire video on what it was like to work for DFS. It was quite horrendous why I left, to be fair. I'm literally talking about deaths, having to deal with something quite horrific that happened to someone who I worked with. And yeah, it was just never the same after that, and I ended up walking out. But there was 13 years I spent there. I managed 2 branches, both fairly big. In fact, one of the branches was the largest of the DFS branches. The store was fucking huge. It was a 105 bay store. What are the other channels you have that you're willing to share with us? Absolutely none. And that is purely because I can't have a connection between this channel and the other channel. They're completely different, but this channel and what this channel does has a potential to affect the other channel in a negative way. And I can't tell one person without telling potentially thousands of people. So it's not worth the risk. It's too much to do with the family and children involved. So it's completely nothing to do with this. Is there any truth in the rumor Chris Tenerife is coming on holiday with the Harshes next year? No, we're taking Luggy. He's coming with us, old Lugster, not Chris. Lugster's coming along. I agree. If they had evidence of BK, the trial would have started and finished by now. Good night. Good night, Kristen. Good night. Good night. My cat is called Casper. Yeah, Casper's gone. It's quite sad, to be fair. He was a prick, but yeah, it wasn't good him going. Beatles or Rolling Stones? Rolling Stones, 100%. I can't fucking stand the Beatles. Hello, AR Hayes. DFS and the Eternal Sale. Exactly. But it was quite good how they did it. Their marketing was absolutely fucking amazing. Sadly. Let's go on. F1, who would have gotten more titles if the 1994 tragic accident never happened? Senna or Schumacher? Senna. 100% Senna. DFS is a furniture store. So one of the largest retailers in Europe. I had about 117 stores when I was there. In here, also in Spain, in Netherlands. This case, defo not what it appears. Total car crash. Arch. Thanks for the great content. And cops are so unreliable. Do you think they are as bad as our police and the ones in Tenerife? For bad, it's like everything. You get good ones and bad ones all over the fucking world, don't you? All over the world. Let's have a look. Butter or margarine? I prefer butter, but I have margarine more. But I do prefer butter. Definitely. Do you believe in aliens, and have you ever seen a UFO? I do believe in aliens. I believe in aliens more than I believe in God. Like, I'm not the most religious person in the world. I don't I'm open to anything. I'm open to anything, and I've seen some real fucking weird stuff. I can tell you that. I've lived in houses where people have been killed in, and them houses have been freaky as fuck, which I will talk about on another time. Loo roll, toilet loo roll, over or under? Over. Anyone who says under is a sicko. Over and down the front, not under and round the back. No way, mate. What is Harsh's guilty pleasure record you secretly love when everyone is out and the curtains are closed? I don't think I can say song. I have to say that I actually do like some Justin Bieber music. I do actually like some of his tracks and Harry Styles. So it's not about one song. I just have to say that I do have a bit of a yeah, I can there are certain not all of them, I have but there. Have you ever used a drone? Yes, I have. I actually own a DJI Air 2. Which sadly, why I don't take out that much is because it's over the legal weight limit to fly it, and a lot of the area around here, because of the RAF, is restricted, so can't even fly it. But yes, I do. I have flown drones. I do, and I'm actually thinking about getting a smaller one, the new DJI Pro. I think it's the Mini Pro 4, which is 249 grams. So you can pretty much fly it around the law. I still couldn't fly it around here, but it would open up to be able to fly it some other places. How do you deal with your hay fever? I don't deal with it. I just suffer from it because I'm not one for taking drugs or anything like that. So pretty much just suffer and get told off for suffering. Do you think probably only Greeks involved or Greeks plus one? Possibly only the Greeks, if I had to think it was something to do with that, because I think it would have to be some people who wouldn't speak. And what I will say is, like, I've just done videos which you fuckers won't watch because they're not the Idaho 4Ks, which I get, but I just done one on that Noah Presgrove, right? And that is, again, proof that things can happen, people can die, these kids, these students can get killed, and nobody wants to say anything. Nobody speaks. How can question, do you believe, right, what's this? How can you not believe in God? It's not about not believing in him. It's about, I've seen so many horrendous things and been involved in so many horrendous things that it's easier for me to think that the world is just, it is what it is, not to think that there's some higher power that could stop everything, but and chooses not to. I suppose I've got the same mindset of Stephen Fry, where he talks about if God made everything, why would he make something that they're talking about a creature that it burrows into the eyes of children to make them blind as part of that. It's what they do. And it was like, why would somebody create something like that? So yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one, isn't it? Would you shag an alien if it didn't have a nose? That's a really strange question. If it didn't have a nose, probably not, because of the no nose thing. Alien thing, that still might be all right, but no nose, I don't think I could get around the no nose. Which is best, Godfather 1 or 2? 2. 100% 2, Andrew. Can you send me drone footage of a sunrise sunset for me to turn into a relaxation video? I might be able to do it. I'd just have to go somewhere that I could fly it, because again, around here yeah, you just can't fly them. Eggnog or Advocar? Fuck off. Can you remember that? Fucking hell, you've been around here for some time. That's going back now, isn't it? When did we do that? Was that Christmas we did that? That's horrendous. You don't connect much to Joseph Morris, but the dog Gabby is quite nice. Yeah, I like the dog. I feel sorry for it. Somebody stole your dog, but it's okay. We have more, you dirty prick. Someone stole our dog, but it's okay. We have more. Oh, someone stole your dog. I'm sorry that someone stole your dog. I don't get that. If someone stole your dog, I'm sorry that your dog got stolen. Our dog didn't get stolen. The cat got stolen. Which is why we removed all of the dogs off of social media. I don't know whether that was someone trying to have a dig or I completely misread that. I don't know. It kind of, that was quite confusing. They literally thought that I'd said our dog got stolen, but it's okay, we've got more. See, this is what happens when people don't pay attention, guys. They come across as a fucking idiot. Which character in the royal family do you identify with the most? Did you know something? I know you're on about that show, that comedy show. See, I never watched that. I never watched it. So I can't answer. If you meant the actual royal family, like our royal family, it'd have to be Harry. But the program, yeah, I don't know. I never watched it. If Brian is acquitted and moves next door, would you have concerns? No, I wouldn't. Not where I live, anyway. I might if I lived in the arse end of nowhere, but we literally live on a military base. So it would be pretty safe. He'd get shot. If he did turn out to be some sort of maniac and he came around the house, he'd end up getting shot. Which character in the... Oh, I've read that already. Hello from the UK. Hello. Miscommunication is all. Are you talking about that other guy? No, I think he's just stupid. Have we got any others? What's the time? How long have we been going for? Just over an hour. Right. Last 5 questions. Can I ask about Jay Slater? No. No, I'm covering Jay Slater at another time, not tonight. I love Harry, aka Henry. Elijah View may have been found. I'll have to have a look at that after. Benny Hill or You've Been Served? I would say You've Been Served. Are you in the military? No, I am not. I can't. I'm not, but I am connected to the military. We live on a military base. I can't say much more than that. But no, I'm not in the military. But I have something to do with the military, and so does Mrs. Harsh. Time me out and let me clear it up. Time me out and let me clear it up. Yeah, we timed you out because you was going a little bit mental, talking about me saying that someone nicked the dog, but it's okay, I've got more dogs. No, someone stole the cat, and that meant that we no longer wanted to show the dogs on social media. Have you watched Mr. In Between? If so, what do you think? No, I haven't. At the moment, I am making my way through Grey's Anatomy. We are on season 11, episode 17. But that's what we're watching. Grey's Anatomy at the moment. Da-da-da-da. Would you prefer to have no elbows or no knees? No knees, because I could still work then. If I had no elbows, I'd be fucked. But if I had no knees, I could get in a little wheelchair and wheel about and be able to still do stuff. You're a cleaner. No, I'm not. Definitely not a cleaner. Not that there's anything wrong with being a cleaner. But no, I'm not. If you're from the UK, you should perhaps know that you can how can I say? Did you get your cat back? No, we didn't. The cat is gone. The cat is sadly gone. The cat's been gone for about 2 months now. And the everyone's a bit devastated. We had a bit of a sad situation the other day, actually, because someone had posted a picture that looked identical to him, and we thought he'd got away. And like the next village over, and was staying at an old people's home. So we drove there, and I think Mrs. Harsh had really got her hopes up that was him. And then when we got there, that wasn't. We immediately knew it wasn't. It looked like him, looked a spitting image of him, but it was just smaller. It was smaller. So yeah. Did you even try? Try to get him back? We did everything that you can possibly do. He was chipped. We put signs up. We put notifications in the around the village. We've contacted all of the local vets, which there isn't actually that many. So, there's not much else you can do. We did everything that we could, including the aforementioned drive a few days ago, where we're still keeping an eye, even though it's been 2 months. We still look on all the pages, and that's how we come across this picture. I had a cat disappear and reappear after 7 days. It had gotten locked in an empty apartment next door. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, that's it. I'm done. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your evening. Have you ever played VR like on Quest? And we have a place that's not far from us, which is a company that has all VR stuff in it. So I've been in some pretty cool VR stuff. I've not used them at home. We've got like PS5. We've got other stuff. The funny thing is, I ordered one. I ordered the Quest 3 when it first came out, and I ordered it through Amazon. And this is a true story. So I literally ordered it, and the parcel turned up, and I thought that was it. And when I opened it, it was a fucking great book, like an encyclopedia. So someone had put this book in the box so it was heavy, but it weren't actually that. So I asked for a refund and I never bought it. So yeah, that was true story, that. So I was going to get one. I've heard they're brilliant, but yeah. Go back to the old background harsh for winter. That is nice fire burn in the background. I will. When it's Christmas, then we'll go back into the annex, and we'll have the Christmas tree up like last year and the fire and everything. We'll do that. Don't worry. But for now, you got this on. Oh, and before I go, because people are saying, is the background real or is it like a green screen? It's real. Look, this picture, if I don't knock it down, and that's the wall. If I run my hand on it, it's like sound deadener with 3D panels over the top of it. 150 G drone very soon. I don't know what that drone is. What I've got. That's that. Yeah, that's heavy. It is heavy. That's the Air 2S. It is heavy. You won't want to fact you on the head. I know that much. Hurricane Katrina. You're absolutely right. That picture, NOLA, was done for the aftermath of the Hurricane Katrina incident, and that's why that is there. Just in case you didn't know. Do you like escape rooms? We do like escape rooms, but sometimes it gets to the point, it gets to the point where you sometimes just want to never be able to get out, that you lose that much of the will to live. The effort for that Slater and not the cat hurts. I don't understand what you're talking about. Would somebody, and I hate to say it, would somebody please get rid of Dirty Page? Just block him. I don't ask for many people to be blocked, but that's just hurting my head. The effort for Hat Slater and not the cat hurt. They're just doing my head in. I don't even understand what they're talking about. I need this cat found mittens. No, I'm not. I need this cat found mittens. Well, go and find it then. There's nothing else that we can do, I'm afraid. But yeah. Anyway, we're done. Let's get out of here. Go and do something good. Go do something interesting. Got some videos coming out tomorrow. Live again tomorrow at some point. So keep your eyes out for that. I don't know what it's going to be on yet, but we'll do something. Don't you worry. And it will be more planned. And I do apologise for those that really thought that we was going to watch the 48-hour thing. I just couldn't do it. My apologies. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'm gonna get out of here. Love you all, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.